It's good to have a slightly messy garden in the way that if you see here, I've got my insect hotel, loads of little sticks and stuff like that in between this bit of fencing and the bit of sheeting behind. So that's going to encourage loads of insect life. I've got this here as well. So these are the old stems of the runner beans, and instead of like composting them or throwing them away, if you scrunch them up, put them behind or between a fence and either a stick or a plant so they don't blow away in winter, that makes perfect like hibernation area. I've had hedgehogs in the past hibernating here, loads of insects and other bits and bats as well, so it's toads as well and frogs occasionally, so keeps it moist underneath. Got the rotten vegetation that'll keep it moist as well, and yeah, just wildlife loves that. Right, these bricks here, they serve a dual purpose. The first purpose is to heat up in the sun, retain some heat during the night time, and let the heat come out at night, and it keeps all these boxes slightly warmer than the ambient temperature, so it's really good. It's not going to have much effects now, but in winter it will do when these heat up probably for like 3-4 hours a day and then release their energy. And I'll show you a video when it gets a bit colder and slightly snowier, and what you'll notice is this area here will have less snow than over there, say. So, and that's another reason why I've got all these like little rocks and gravel and stuff like that on the surface as well. One to retain moisture and one to retain heat as well. The other thing as well, if using bricks, if you use bricks for this purpose, use the bricks with holes in it, and you get loads of little animals nesting in there. As you can see, there's loads of cobwebs and all kinds of creepy crawlies down here. Ugh, yeah. So it's another little habitat. Another habitat for insects in the garden that I've got is this insect roll, and it was made from an offcut of this screening here, and it looks quite professional. I think it looks like the real deal that you buy in the shops. So it's just bamboo screening cut off that's been rolled up. The other cut off that I just put across there for extra screening. Nothing to do with insects, it just stop the frosty winds coming through as much. Even a pile of rocks in the garden will encourage loads of insects and hibernating bugs. So just that, if you haven't got anything else, if you've got no twigs or out like that, then do that. You can see down here, these are all my bits of tomato plant that have, don't really want to compost it, but I've shoved it down here, and they're quite tougher tomato plants, and you know, for, well, the actual canes are anyway like that, and basically these stems here will give a really good location for hibernating insects again. Got this here, which is ideal for it's an ornamental beehive, but what I've done, you can see that some bricks are put into there, made little spaces and areas. I put some bedding material of cardboard and cotton wool and some tissue bits and all kinds of other bits and bobs and bits of string, and the idea is that bumblebees can nest here. So I'm not going to, this isn't going to be a productive beehive, it's just going to be somewhere to encourage bumblebees to nest over winter or set up a nest in spring, and you know, hopefully help me with pollination of my plants and vegetables. I found the heather plant attracts a lot of insects as well during winter, because it's, well, partly because it's evergreen, and I think partly because it's got the flowers as well coming out. You also get birds early spring just ripping parts off it, or using the parts that have fallen off like this to make their nesting or bedding material. I've also got like bits of wood at the back of the garden, dual purpose again. So one, to stop weeds coming through from the neighbour's garden as much, and two, it's just another habitat for nesting insects and wildlife. So I've got a few bits there. The other thing I've got is this birdhouse, and with the birdhouse you want to make sure that it's in mostly shade nearly all the day, so this just gets sun just a little bit on the edge of it like this, just for about half hour to 40 minutes in the morning, and that's it. But you know, it's I've had two birds nesting in that. I did have it up there when I didn't know much about bird nests, and it was just in the sun for too long, maybe 6-7 hours a day, and no birds came to it. Put it into mostly shade, and then just birds nearly all, well, not all the time, but 2 out of 3 years I've had birds in there. That's you know, just a few different ways of you know, if you keep your garden slightly messier, you'll get more wildlife, but you can put all these things right to the back or into the corners and just out of the way really, and you know, it's still going to attract the wildlife. You also got the insect hotel sort of things there, and there's another one back there, but you can't really tell as much with that one, that screening. And you know, if you want to attract loads of different wildlife to your garden, get more diversity, more different plants. So we've got like a little rockery here that's going to attract some wildlife, a little pile of rocks there as well. We've also got like this area here that I'm not going to eat or cook from, and just basically leave that there, and this little area here with herbs and other things, that's going to stay there all year round. That's going to attract loads of bees and insects as well, because we've got a lot of chives there, and we've got various plants here as well. So got a good range of wildlife in the garden. And what I've heard recently as well, the 1 square metre of a typical British garden, with its massive diversity in the garden, has got more wildlife per square metre than the Amazon rainforest. So it's interesting stuff, and if you keep your garden slightly messier, not completely tidy, or just have some areas of, you know, you can still have a tidy garden, but have some areas which attracts insects, like the hotel, or like the bamboo roll there, or the little ornamental beehive that you can use, a couple of pile of bricks, a couple of pile of rocks, some twigs, some, you know, the runner bean cuttings, and you know, the stems just rolled up is ideal. You know, watch out in you know, bonfire night, or anywhere where you're burning wood in winter as well, or late autumn, just in case you've got hibernating animals and insects, and hedgehogs especially as well. Right, take care and bye.